doing that today. So welcome once again, and we are going to start on our back. So find your way down onto your back. And while you're getting there, I'm just going to remind you to do what you can today and to have some props around you. I recommend if you have a block or a nice, not such a soft cushion, something a little hard maybe that you might need to support your hips a bit. We're going to do a few poses that might be a little strong sensation on the hips. So please, I invite you to use your props, have them near to you and use them today. All right, so you're on your back. So just stretch your legs and your arms. You want your body to be nice and stretched. Just pick up one leg a little bit off the mat and stretch it out to what's in front of you and place it on the mat. And then do the same with the other leg. Just lift it up, stretch it, and back on the mat gently. And then as you press into the heels and your hands beside you, just lift up your buttocks a little bit. And then release the buttocks back down onto your mat. If you'd like to stretch those arms back again, you can raise them up behind you and stretch them. And then release them to your sides. Connecting to your support, you can feel that support underneath your body. Places hard, places soft, maybe a couple of spaces in between, like behind the neck or your knees. And make any adjustments that you need to make you feel yourself feel really comfortable on your mat. Close your eyes. Before we begin the breath, just notice the sounds around you. Just know that you brought yourself to your mat today and you have nothing else to do but just be here on your mat. So try to give yourself that permission to let go today, to release. It's said that we, especially women, tend to hold a lot of tension and memory down in the hip area. So if the hips are a little bit tight today and you feel that strong sensation, you need to breathe it out. Use that breath. Your exhale is your letting go breath. And by letting go, you will start to feel a little bit better. Remember, we're getting into not only muscles and joints, but tendons, ligaments, fascia, all the wonderful things that make up our internal body. So we begin now. Welcome those who probably just came in. We're starting on our back today. So if you need to support your head with a little something, please go ahead and do that. So we're nice and stretched on the mat. Close your eyes if they're open again, and then connect to the breath now. Just feel that nice cool oxygen coming in through both nostrils. Begin to fill your lungs up from behind your belly button, coming slowly and gently up to the sternum, and then from the sternum you exhale down to the belly button. Let's do a couple more rounds of this breath, closing your eyes, focusing on your breath. Letting go all the stuff you don't need or want right now. There's nothing else to do but to pay attention to what is happening to you on your mat today. So let that mind connect to that body always. Then I invite you now to walk your heels in towards your buttocks. Walk your feet a little bit away from each other. And then let your inner knees come into touch. So make your own little adjustments to feel comfortable here. If this feels absolutely ridiculous for your body right now, as we're just starting, then you can go into a bound angle, Margaret-Ann, or you can just stretch your legs back out. So I'm going to choose this one. You can try it. If it doesn't feel right, then you can just go to something else. Shoulders down away from your ears and your hands are relaxed. And again, we connect into the breath, inhaling deeply and exhaling fully. going to do a little breathing exercise. So you're going to inhale for a count of 4. Wait a moment, don't do it yet. Let me explain it. So you're breathing in for about 4 counts. And at the top of that breath, you're going to just hold it for a split second. Stop. You're going to stop breathing. And then you're going to exhale for a count of 7. So we want the exhale to be a little bit longer than your inhale. We do a few rounds of this. So relax on everybody. Try to let go of your thoughts. And let us begin. You're going to inhale now, nice and slow and soft for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath. Stop breathing. And then exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Your belly button should be right down to the spine on 7. Let's go again. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath. Stop breathing. And then exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let the belly rise. Hold the breath. Don't breathe. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One more. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stop breathing. Hold the breath. And exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, coming back into your yogic breath. Just inhale through the nose. You're filling those lungs up. And you're exhaling through the nose. Okay, walk your feet in towards each other. And lengthen your left leg on the mat. Slide your hands away from your body. Bring the right thigh up to the chest. And we're going to do our little gentle circles to get warm up that hip joint. So drop the leg out to the side. Circle it around. Take it across the body and back up into the chest. So just continue. Count your own 4 in one direction. And when you've come to the 4th one and your thigh comes up to the chest, don't cheat the circle, please. Then you will reverse it for 4 in the other direction. All right, so count your own 4. Going at your pace, breathe in. And then when you reach 4, the thigh reaches the chest, you reverse that circle. So remember in Kripalu Yoga, we coordinate the breath with the movement. So you start the movement on the inhale and you finish it on the exhale. When you've finished your 4th circle, take your hands and just draw that thigh gently down to the chest. Breathe that leg up towards the ceiling. Just give it a gentle stretch. And then releasing the hands out back to your side, flex that foot. And let that right leg travel nice and long. Stretch it out there to reach down back onto your mat. Notice a slight difference between the left and the right side now. And we go to the other side. Your left thigh comes into your chest. Start your inhale as you drop the leg out to the side, circle it around, and then the inhale to bring it to the chest. So count your own 4 now on this side. Keep the breath going. When the thigh comes up to the chest, that's when you reverse the circle. Don't cheat, don't go halfway and then start the other side. You might hear this kicking sound in the groin area there, just ligaments there. When you've completed that other side, you're going to just gently draw the thigh into the chest. Breathe the leg back up to the ceiling. Give it a gentle stretch. Release your arms, flex that foot, and slowly let it travel down to meet the right leg on your mat. And release. Walk your heels in towards your buttocks. Preparing for figure 4. We're going to cross that right leg on top of the left.
Take both palms to your right thigh and gently roll it out. And then pick up both thighs now. Bring them into the chest as much as you can. Flex both feet. Put your right hand through the little triangle from your belly side. And you can hold your left thigh. Or some people like to take the hand right around to the shin. Flexing both feet, take a breath now. And as you exhale, you're going to draw that left thigh in towards your chest. You may take that right arm and gently begin to push the right thigh out, away from your chest. Notice and feel what's happening here. Go into your edge of comfort, okay? The place between challenge and ease. That's where you want to be. So you're breathing. We're going to hold this a little bit, giving the body a little time to accept where we are, to do the necessary repairs. And we're getting into the internal body. That's what yoga is all about. So you're breathing, nice soft breath in and out. Flexing both feet. The oxygen feeds your muscles. So if you have loosened up a little bit here, you want to draw the left thigh closer to the chest, please go ahead. Try to release any tension that's building up in that right hip. Breathe and let go. Stay, don't move yet. Notice if the sensations start to wear a little bit or it gets more intense. For some people, it softens and releases, and for some, it gets a little more intense. So notice what's happening to you. Please do not judge. Don't try to figure anything out. Come to your breath. Okay, one more big breath here, one more pull in, and then slowly release the feet. Take a breath. You can shake out that hip, shake your body, and we go get ready for the other side. You're stuck. Some people might be stuck. I'm going to draw the mic a little closer to me just in case. Right. So for the other side, cross your left leg now on top of the right. Take the palms to the thigh and gently push it away from you. Left thigh, that is. And then releasing that, bring both thighs up to the chest. Putting the hand again through the triangle from the belly side. And hold wherever is comfortable for you. You don't want to really draw the shoulders up too much. So relax them if you can, and then you can flex your feet. Take a big breath here. Exhale it all the way out and just gently pull that thigh into the chest. So you don't want to yank it in just yet. Just we're staying here a little bit. We're giving ourselves time, giving your internal body time. So don't pull it in just yet. Just stay there, breathe. Let the oxygen do the work. Allow that mind chatter to fall away as you focus on yourself. And a way to help it to do that is to recognize that this side of the body might be a little bit different to the other side. Then you let those thoughts go and stay with yourself. Big breath in and out. Maybe now you can draw that right thigh a little closer to you. If you can't, don't worry about it. Just go to that edge. It's very important to be at that place between comfort and ease. Inhaling from that belly button up to that sternum. And exhale from the sternum all the way down to the belly button. Okay, one more deep breath here, deep breath. And as you exhale, just take both legs out away from each other now and hug those thighs into the chest. Now we're going to do our lying down bound angle. Soles of the feet together. Let the knees drop open to the sides and take your hands and gently press those thighs down towards your mat. Shoulders away from the ears, chin slightly down. And then slip your hands underneath those knees, have the knees up. If you have no spinal issues, we're going to rock ourselves up. So draw your thighs to the chest, hold underneath your thigh, lift the head up, and rock yourself up. Good, very nice. So we're going to first, if you want to sit on something, go ahead and sit on a cushion like this. So that you lift the buttocks up and draw the hips down. So if you just glance at me a second, a little imagery here. If you're sitting down and your hips, if you're sitting cross-legged like this, and your knees and your hips tend to be high, your thighs and your knees, sorry, tend to be high. This is the buttocks with the hip area here. If you put something underneath, like the cushion here, and you lift that buttocks up, automatically, you're going to drop those knees down. And then your back will be nice and straight. All right, so try that. You can sit on a book, a cushion, or a block if you have one. We're going to sit with the legs straight out. Bend in your right knee and take it up towards your thigh. Take your hand and wrap it just gently on that shin. So you're like this, sitting up nice and tall. Your right hand is beside you. I'm going to do a half twist. Lift up that spine, take a breath, and as you exhale, do a half twist over to that right side. Drop the shoulders, lift the sternum, bring that soft smile to your face, and breathe. So feel the twist from that rib cage and your waist, rather than the neck. And then we come back to center. Now let that knee just fall open. Inhale your right hand up. Exhale, cross it to the outside of the left foot. Left hand beside you. You're leaning forward a little bit. Shoulders are back. And then just turn to look towards that left shoulder now. Come back to center. Slide the hand up. And we change sides. So we're preparing the body for what's to come. So you're bending the left knee. Wrap it with the right hand. Your left hand is close to you, not too far back. You don't want to lean back. Pulling up through that core. And we're doing a half twist or a quarter twist. Lift up your spine. Take a breath as you exhale. Take the rib cage and the waistline slightly around. Keep lifting that spine, keep lifting that crown towards the ceiling. Bring that smile back to that face. Inhale all the way up the spine. Exhale all the way down. And then slowly come back to center. Let that knee drop out to the side. Your right hand is beside you. Inhale the left hand up and cross it over. Hand is here. You're leaning slightly forward, but you're lifting up that chest. And then turn a little bit to look over that right shoulder now. Breathe in, open the shoulders, lift the sternum, stretch. And slowly come back to center. Okay, we're going to do a little fun one here now. Fire log. Who remembers fire log pose? The fire log pose, you want to bend. Let's do the right leg. So your shin is parallel or almost parallel to the front edge of your mat. Then you take the other leg up and you place it on top. So let me show you now. You can use a prop. Go this way. I'll do the opposite side to you so I can show you.
And don't worry, if the feet can't, if this is really, really, as I say, I use the word ridiculous for your body, just sit cross-legged. All right. So a lot of people have, this tightness here and the knees all the way up here, please use a prop. So you can use the block or a book or a big cushion right here. Turn it up like this and let your leg relax and rest there. If it's not so high, it's a little closer down, you can put the block flat like this and rest the thigh there. I am sitting on a cushion because I want to raise my buttocks and hip up so that I can feel a little more comfortable here. All right, so if you get into that fire log pose, just get into it the way your body can respond. All right, don't force, don't push. And then we're going to walk forward, and this is a bit intense for the hips. And stretch your back. Keep the back nice and stretched as you walk those hands out, stretching that back forward. And just look at your fingertips or drop the head down a little bit. Don't look out there because you don't want to overcurve that neck. And stretch. I'm going to move the block because I'm not really feeling this. And if you put a block there and you're not feeling it, you can move it. Right, this is better now for me. Right, so don't follow me. We're all different. We all need different things. So do what you can. Pressing that buttocks back. And this is called fire log pose. So you can go as far down as you want to. Again, you can use a block to rest that forehead on. Wow, and this is nice for those hips. Beautiful. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to stay here a little bit because again, we want that body to just release what is pent up inside there, and only time will do that. So we have to stay in the postures a little bit. Oh, you're going to be doing very good there, Jeffrey. Good. So fire log pose. So you can just relax into this. I know that the sensation might be strong for some of you, but don't worry about it. It's all good. Just scream at those hips. Tell what is in there to leave you alone and get out. Don't forget to breathe. If you really have to come out of the pose, please come out. You can sit cross-legged and fold forward again. Try not to tense up those thighs and those hips. Let them go. Okay, just take a big breath in. If you want to scream or shout or big sigh, go ahead. Whoa. And slowly make your way up. Ooh. All right. Now the coming out part is kind of tricky too, right? So take your time, no rush. Pick up one leg, lean back a little bit. Wow, pick up the other leg. And then as you stretch and go back a little bit, you're going to roll those thighs around like this. All right, so we get ready for the other side. So whichever foot was first, you're going to make that last. So you cross like this. Take the other leg over. Remember, get the shin as parallel as you can to the front edge of your mat. And once again, you will notice a slight, I'm doing the same side. You will notice a slight difference in the two sides of your body. All right. So take your time. When you've gotten there, use all the props that you need to use. And then we're going to slowly walk our way down. Going again to your edge of comfort. So you can start high, pushing the buttocks back, using the hands on the sticky mat. Push your buttocks back a little bit. And then you inch your fingers out and you come down again. You can bend those elbows like this. Let the head drop, no tension in the neck or the head, right? Let that all go. We're here today to release and to relax and to let go. And just breathe. No, you can, this is a nice chance for you to breathe into the back of your lungs. Just let go and relax. Feel the breath in the back of your lungs. Remember, we're going to stay in the pose for a little bit. So just release what is pent up in there, get it out. If you really can't take it anymore and you need to come out, please come out. Don't agonize in it. And then you can sit cross-legged and come back, falling forward. Or if you just want to sit and not do anything, just connect to your breath, that's fine. Just take a quick note, everybody, of this side. Does it feel a little easier for you than the other side you just did? Or is it the same? Or is it more challenging? Let your exhale, let go all the stuff in there. Right to melt down. Okay, one more breath here. And then very carefully walk your hands up. Lifting that spine up. And just using your hands to release those feet. Let's come into bound angle and just lean forward into this, releasing those hips. So again, you can take your elbows and press your thighs down and lean into this again. Close your eyes. Deep breath in and out. And then you're going to slowly come back up to sitting. Lengthen your left leg out. Take that right leg up and just give it a little hug into the chest and just rock it from side to side. And see if you can let go the left hand of the left foot. Put it on your mat beside you. And just turn that leg. Turn it, turn like this. Squeeze it in, lift up, turn. And straighten it out as we come back. And release it down, okay? Next time now. So next side, so we're gonna take it in like this. So two hands are holding the leg in. And just rock from side to side. Taking the hand away from the sole of the foot beside you to support you. Try to keep that leg bent into your chest and then just swing it over to the side. Take just the leg, see if you can get just the hip and the thigh open to the side. And bring it back and release it. Let's go into hammock pose. You're going to go back onto your forearms and just swing the legs around. Okay, let's come up.
We are now to do the lizard pose. So we're on our hands and knees. And before we go there, let's ease out those hips a little bit. So we're going to make some circles. Like your buttocks is drawing a circle in the wall behind you. All right. So let's start on the right side. Push right over to the right. Go back. Go to the left. And then come as far forward as you can. All right. So let's go. 3 in one direction, everybody. And 3 in the other direction. Oh, that was my hip. Good. Coming back to center, step your right leg off. Today, you're going to put it to the edge of your mat and turn the toes out. Lift up your left leg up off the mat like this and stretch it out there behind you. And then come down onto the top of that thigh. Come down onto your forearms. Remember, if the props are very useful here. So if you need a prop to hold up your hands, your arms like this, taking the floor a little bit higher up for you. This is a great way to do this pose. So stretching that psoas muscle. On the left side, you're working the right hip. Try and relax. Put the cushion under the knees if you have to. Please put the cushion under your knees. And if you tighten up yourself, it means that you're going to tighten up that breath. And your body is going to go into that fight or flight situation. So you don't want to do that. We're here to release and relax. So you want to try to be relaxed. Use your breath to help you. Breathe in, nice and slow and easy. Breathe out, nice and slow and easy. Okay, we're slowly coming back onto the palms. Roll the toes underneath the lift the knee up off the mat and just rock back and forth a little bit. Relax that knee down, take that leg back. Just take a little quick moment here. Notice and feel what's going on. And then we're going to step the left foot up. Take it to the side of the edge of your mat. Turn your toes right out. Curl your back toes under. Lift that knee up and stretch that leg because you're going to come down on the thigh. So stretch it. Come down on that thigh. If you need support or help, use it, please. So we're here. Relax that side now. Your right side is dropping down towards the mat. Your right side, right hip, right psoas. And then your left side is stretching at the same time. Draw the sternum away from the belly button. Try to keep your shoulders down away from the ears and your spine nice and long. Drop your head. Try to be comfortable here. Nice breath in and out. We're staying for a little while, so if it gets too hard for you, please come out of the pose. You can go back into child pose, Dharpasana, and just relax there. Let go. Wow. All right, you're coming up very slowly and very carefully. Back onto that knee, take your left foot back. And I think this calls for a downward dog, don't you think so? Or we can do dolphin. So if you're in, you can do dolphin, which is this one. Try that. Or you can just go straight into quick little downward dog. Lifting the tailbone, stretching those thighs. Drop your head down. Okay, come down onto the knees. Let's just lie down on our tummy for a little break here before we go on, because we have a few more of the hip stretches to do, and I know they're intense. So come all the way down. Just put a palm on top of each other and rest the cheek there. Slide your feet away from each other, big toes come into touch. Relax and breathe. And notice how the groin feels. Notice how your back feels. Okay, let's put the forehead now on the back of our hands. Press into your pelvic triangle. Forehead touches your palms. Take a breath. As you exhale, you're going to press down into those hands. Lift your elbows up a little bit off the mat. And then take your forehead off the back of your hands. Your palms are pressing in. Do not come up too high, just a little bit. Point your nose down, your neck is nice and long. Lift up those elbows. Lift up just the sternum. Forehead off your hands. And then slowly release and come down. We're going to do this again. Make your own little adjustments for the second time that we're going to go up. So let's go. Press into the palms. Lift the elbows first. Lift your head up off your hands now, lifting up that sternum. And then when you get here, lift the elbows a tad more. Point the nose down. Stay nice and long here. Breathe into that lower back. And come down. Slide your hands out to the edges of your mat. Walk your feet away from each other. Press down into your pelvic triangle. Take a breath as you exhale. Lift up your face. Sternum. Keep pressing. Keep lifting. Tuck your elbows into your side body. And then draw that chest out there in front of you. Neck is long. And slowly come down. We're going to do two more like this. Take a big breath in. Press down. Lift up. Push that chest out there. Elbows into your side body. And lower down. One more to go. Press down into your pelvic triangle. Press the floor away from you as you lift up. Breathe here. And slowly come down. Good. Windshield wipe the feet. And tuck your toes under. Lift yourself up. Draw those knees in. Let your knees go towards the outside edges of your mat. Put your toes together, big toes touch. Push the buttocks back towards the heels. If you need a support behind you, please use a big cushion, a block, a book, whatever it is that you need. And then you're going to walk your hands out. Put a blue block under your forehead. And stretch here. So by opening those knees way out there today, you will stretch in the hip and lower back as well. All right, so try this. If this is not working for you, you can do your puppy stretch. Relax and breathe. So puppy stretch or wide-legged child. Nice soft breath in and out. Checking if I've left out anything. Ooh, nice stretch, lovely stretch. One more little breath here. Walk those palms up towards the shoulders and lift yourself up. And walk your knees in. Good. And let's take one more downward dog stretch. Ooh, nice. Come onto your knees. Let us sit in this position with your knees like this. All right, so you have that little, like a Z, a Z. We're going to do pigeon today. So turn now. Take this leg behind you. It should be the right leg. Come this way. Turn onto that chest. Hip. Turn that right hip down. Tuck that back toe underneath you. Lift that knee up and try to get the hips squared now to the mat. This leg is more or less in place, but you want to get those hips a little bit square to the mat. Stretch that back leg out. Lift up your chest, nice and high. And then begin to walk your hands all the way out to the front edge of your mat. And then lower your chest down. Use props again here if you need to. Rolling onto that top thigh, that right thigh. Get those hips a little bit square to your mat. And relax. And then begin to connect to your breath. Some people like the hands way out in front, like I directed, or if you want to change that hand position, go ahead. Maybe you want to have it up your back. Maybe you want it by your sides. Doesn't really matter. Maybe you want it under your head, under your forehead. Notice the sensation in the left hip, that left side. Again, there's another option. See, I'm on my forearms and I'm stretching my chest so that my head is not down towards that mat. This is another option. You can play around with your poses. You can rock back and forth like so. Lots of different options in our yoga poses. That's what's so nice about this. All right. Everybody, just lift up your chest a little bit. Take your left hand and slide it underneath you like this. And then come down. Jeffrey says, oh, Jesus. And you can lie on a block like this. And walk your right hand out. Try to drop that right hip down to the mat again. Whoa, very intense. And I should have reminded you all that you can put a folded blanket, towel under your left hip to lift it up a little bit. So if the left hip is giving you a little trouble, you can put a little cushion under there, and that will lift your left hip up so that the right hip drops further to the mat. So you can roll on that right thigh a little bit more. Breathe, everybody. Make sure you're connecting to that nice breath. That breath that is going to help us. And then slowly and very carefully come up, sliding that left hand out again and lift yourself up and slide up. Ooh. Okay, coming into table, just do some little circles again. Boy, that was a very intense stretch there, eh? Okay. And then we're going to sit with the feet to the other side now. Let's start like this, little Z position. And if some of you are finding pigeon a little bit challenging today, you can bend both knees when you're in there. I'll show you. So now you're going to, from this position, turn yourself to the front of the mat, stretch that left leg out. And this is what I mean when you can put, when I say you can put something under the hip here of the bent knee. So this knee is more or less in place. So you stretch that leg out Tuck your toes under and lift that knee up. And by doing this, you can get that cushion underneath you some more. So you lift up that knee, roll over onto the thigh, come down, press into the palms and lift your chest up. We're not there yet. Somebody, and I'm not calling names, is way ahead of us, guys. All right. Take a breath, and as you exhale, you're going to walk out, lowering that chest down. I have to move this because it's a little too high. Right. Now, again, your arm position, you can do anything you want with those hands. If you don't want to come all the way down like this, you can bend your elbows onto the forearms and draw the chest out there and just be comfortable like this. The other option is to bend that back knee and draw it in. So allow your mind chatter to fall away because I know it's there. I just feel like some mind chatter is going on in someone. Don't know why. So breathe it out. Let go of that mind chatter. Relax into this. Feel the sensation on this side. Whatever is very strong there for you, just breathe it away. In yoga school, when we're being taught, one of the imageries that the teacher gave us for these poses, when you feel them down in the hip like that, is imagine that you're sitting at a pretty beautiful lake. And somebody goes in there and stirs up the lake, put a big stick down there and stir the bottom of the lake. And all of a sudden, all the junk at the bottom of the lake rises to the top of the lake. Let's go into the other one and I'll continue the story. So now your left hand is going to slide underneath you. And then you're going to come down onto the side of your head, use up your other arm or a block. And you're going to stay there while I finish the story. All right, so somebody came along, maybe in a little boat on that water, and they put a big stick down there and they stir up the bottom of the lake. And all the junk comes up, you know, the fork and the plastic plate and a bag and cigarettes and all sorts of nonsense. And you're sitting there and all of a sudden you're thinking, oh, this lake doesn't look nice anymore, it's ugly. So what you want to do, you want them to push everything back down into the bottom of the lake so you can enjoy that pretty lake once more. So this is what we do in these poses. The junk that we're storing inside here, it comes up to the surface when we're staying in the postures. And because it's not familiar, it's not a familiar feeling to us, or we don't want to deal with the problems that are coming to the surface, we push it back down. So if something comes up for you, if you get emotional or something, you want to laugh, scream, cry, whatever you want to do, go ahead and do it, because that means that ugly stuff is going to be pushed out of your body. All right? So don't hold back. If you have a little release, deal with it, let it go. All right, now let's come up slowly and carefully. Oh, and swing the back leg around. One more little one before we go down on our back. Come onto your knees. All right, so we're here, knee under the hip. Find your way up here, everybody. And if your hip hurting you, just knock it up. Knock out all the junk. Okay. Take your right leg up and put it behind you on the mat, like this. Everybody got that? Then you're going to come back. Oh, widen your feet away from each other so that when you come back, you have a little space. So you're coming down. Now, again, if you need a block, or 2 or 3 up here, Lift up that buttocks as high as you can, and your knees will be more comfortable. So you're gonna hold your feet or your ankles. Take a breath. As you exhale, begin to lengthen that spine as you fold forward. Relaxing those shoulders. See, this is it. You can look at me if you like to. Nice soft breath in and out. If you don't have bendy knees, maybe you can straighten the bottom one out. Like this. And just come down halfway. Be careful of the stretching the hamstring. If you don't want to do this pose, just again sit cross-legged like this and just fold forward. All right, so those who are in the full expression of the pose. Widen the feet away from each other so the buttocks have some space to go back and stretch. Now I'm going to hold this one too long. Breathe in, breathe out. Oh my gosh, the time is against us. All right, you're going to come up. Good. Here's a little trick now. Just spin around. Spin around if you want to, or just change sides so that now you're right. Look at this. The right knee, right side is going to come up and cross over the left. Oh, sorry. It should have done it, I know. Don't bother to fuss about that. Just I haven't practiced this one in a while, so I forgot. So we're here again, and you're just going to lean forward once up again, noticing this side of the body. Stretch that spine out there, relax that head. Breathe in and out. And you notice one side is always a little more challenging than the other. So you can always fix the pose. You can just sit cross-legged and stretch. You can do anything that feels right for you right now. So all of these poses are taken in your back and your hips because you're stretching that spine out there at the same time that we're working those hips. Okay, then walk up back. Uncross, if that's available. Slide down. Come onto your back. Bring the thighs into the chest. Give them a hug. And let's end with happy baby pose. So your knees should be bent. Walk your feet away from each other. Hold either your ankles or your feet like this. And draw the knees down towards your ribcage on either side. Stretch those hips out. Yes. You can straighten one leg up, bend in the other one like this, and change. And then just bring the thighs in towards each other now. Put a palm on top of each knee and draw some circles. Reverse that circle. Loosen the feet to the mat. You want to walk the feet out way out from each other. Drop your right thigh down to the center of your mat and release that right hip. Release your lower back. Come up and go to the other side. Come up. Lengthen the legs out. Treat yourself to a nice, well-deserved stretch. Release the hands to your side. Draw your shoulders down away from your ears. Slide your heels away from each other so that your thighs and your hips can relax now. Press into the heel, lift your buttocks slightly off the mat, and then gently put it back down on the mat.
We're going to do that breath again. So we are inhaling for 4 counts. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath up there. Stop breathing. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to the sternum. Hold the breath. No breathing. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let 7 just melt into that mat. Relax that breath. You can just gently just turn your head from side to side. Rock that head very gently. And then coming back to center, tip the chin slightly down towards the chest, shoulders away from the ears. Close your eyes. Nothing to do now but to relax. Melt down like honey in hot tea. Let's take a nice big deep breath in and just sigh it out. Treat yourself to a stretch. When it feels right for you, roll onto your side and hug yourself in the fetal position. Pressing into your top hand, extend the top leg. Just push yourself up gently, keeping your eyes closed as you come around into your comfortable seated position. Move the flesh away from those 6 bones, press them in, lift your sternum up a little bit, crown to the ceiling, bring a soft smile to your face. Let us have peace in our hearts and our lives in our beautiful island, Jamaica. Peace in this universe. Take the peace you feel here on your mat now off your mat and offer it to those you encounter. Slowly open your eyes. Peace.